Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope all of you are having a fantastic day. Today I want to talk to you guys about the Season 9 Legacy updates. I want to share all that is coming new, mainly all the highlights of whatever is coming new in Season 9 Legacy update, so you guys are prepped to jump in. Let's start with some basics of Valkyrie. Valkyrie's passive is the Volt Jet. It's basically a jetpack. It has limited fuel. You can double tap space and go into air. You can fly around. It's not extremely fast, so you can be shot, and it's easy to kind of track you in air. Also, when you're in air, you won't be able to use your weapons. Now, one quick tip that we have already known about this is in game settings, you can go and change your Valkyrie's jetpack from toggle to hold. So you press your spacebar once and press it again and hold it. Till the time you're holding it, the jets will be active. When you drop down, you can use weapons. Tactical ability is a swarm of rockets. These rockets shoot at the enemy in a grid of 12. They do a little bit damage to the enemy, around 20 to 30 damage. I've seen it being varied, but they have a stun effect, so you guys can go and hit them at that time. Then her ultimate, which is one of my favorite ultimates in game, it's called Skyward, and it's basically a jump tower, and you can just take your team from any location on the map, gather them up, and jump into the air and reposition. While in the air, you can scan enemies around you, so you exactly know where you're going, how many enemies there might be there, or where to attack next. As she's a recon legend, she can also scan beacons. Alright, so that's all about Valkyrie. Now let's move on to the bow check bow, the new weapon, the compound bow. So it's in a new class called the Marksman class. We'll get more into it as we move forward discussing the weapon changes. It uses a new type of ammo that is arrows. I have seen the clips of the content creators who captured this event, and it has a really good fire rate. You guys can go and check out pretty much any of your favorite Apex content creators. A lot of them were invited, so someone must have the clips so you can see all of what I'm talking about in action. So it has a pretty good fire rate. It does 70 damage to the body, and the damage to headshot varies from 96 to 100. I think it's dependent on what kind of helmet the player is using. Once you shoot the arrows, you can also reuse the arrows. So if you've shot an arrow and it hit a surface, you can go up there and pick it up. If you shot an arrow and it hit a person or a target, once the person is killed, the arrows will be visible in the death box. Now it's in a marksman class. It's similar to the G7 Scout and the 3030 repeater, so you will be able to put the 1x to 3x optics on this. I'm not sure if you can put the 2 to 4 times purple optics on this, which is generally possible to put on a G7 or a 3030, but I'm pretty sure because it's in the marksman class, you will be able to do it. With the bow comes 2 more hop-ups, that is the scatter shot and the dead eyes drop. The dead eyes drop basically helps you to increase fire rate and shoot faster and deal more damage. And also the scatter shot basically splits your arrow into multiple shrapnels, just like a shotgun pellet splits. Another thing, you can add these hop-ups to the bow, both of them together. Now let's talk about the starter kit that you will get at the beginning of every Battle Royale match. Whenever you drop, you're going to have a white helmet, a white shield, and a white knockdown shield. Now the white shields will not be removed completely from ground loot because the devs believe that it's a really good idea to keep them sparsely populated in the arena just so that you can do those neat armor swap plays. All other shields and helmets and knockdowns will have the same spawn rate, but the spot that these white shields and white items leave will be taken up by other loot equipment such as weapons and ordinances. Along with the helmet, the armor, and the knockdown shields, you will also drop with 2 cells and 2 syringes. So if you instantly take some damage, you do have protection and you can heal up. If you get knocked down, you do have the knockdown shields to help you. So I think it's a really good change and gives you more of a fighting chance and your team more of a fighting chance to survive a very hard drop. With that, we also have new ground emotes coming. They're basically like sky emotes, but you can do it at the ground. We've seen it in Fortnite, and it's a really cool thing. And what I read from the patch notes is that I think we can also use them at the winner's podium at the end when you win a game. It shows all 3 of your characters and your names on top of them. So I think we might be able to use these ground emotes at that time. Also, I'm not 100% sure this is going to be possible. We'll have to wait to check it out. Then there was a lot of concerns about having ground emotes because people could use it to go into the third person camera mode and peek around cover to find what their enemies are doing and so on. So Apex has solved this problem in a very creative way. They have added an anti-peek system which basically doesn't let you see your enemies. So there's a clip playing on right now that you can see if the Pathfinder did not have the anti-peek, he would be able to see the enemy player across the cover. But because of the anti-peek, they cannot, and this anti-peek cannot be disabled in-game in any sort of way. Alright, let's talk about the map updates now. I'm going to talk about the Arenas maps in the Arenas Guides video that is going to come out tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But today we're going to talk about the Olympus map changes. Olympus has added a new point of interest, that's the Icarus. It's kind of the mothership of the fleet of ships that you would have seen in the teaser in the skybox on Olympus right now, and that has docked between Orbital Cannon and Bonsai. So this is one of my most favorite map updates that has come. It is massive. If you see the footage from the capture of it, you will just see how massive this map is. It has a lot of vertical space, it has a lot of horizontal space. It is very long. It is nothing compared to the carrier ship that we have right now. It is much, much bigger than that. And that is what interests me. There's so much more play area in here. You can do long range gunfights, you can jump pad, you can use Horizon's Q, you can fly up here as well. There's so many points of entries and exits. It's not much of a choke. It's pretty much a very decently sized space. The whole story behind Icarus is that Icarus is an unknown ship. We don't really know right now where it has come from, but pretty much in the season 9 comics, we probably will find out the origin of the ship and what all it is. It carried a parasitic plant, and all the scientists on it who are working on the plant died. Their corpses are there, and this plant has now infested Olympus. Now, from the corpses of these scientists, you can get a key card with which you can access the Icarus Bridge. There's supposed to be good loot in there, but in the capture event, whoever went in there did not find much of loot in there, or it wasn't as great as people expected it to be. All right, now we come up to legend updates and weapon updates. There's tons of changes in both legends and weapons, and in a lot of legends and a lot of weapons. So this is really exciting. Now I'm not going to cover all of them right now. I have left a link in the description to the patch notes and the dev stream, so you guys can go check out every single detail that has been changed, every single number that has been changed to help you. I'm just going to cover all the highlights. No low profile will be there anymore. So Raid, Lifeline, and Watson still had low profile, and now they won't have it anymore. Now let's go to the legends individually. First up, Lifeline. Lifeline won't have a res shield on her passive res anymore, though I read on the patch notes that she can res up to 2 players at the same time. So I'm not sure if this is like she can use her passive twice on both teammates, or is it like before that on one teammate the drone reses and the other teammate Lifeline can go and res. So Lifeline can cancel the auto res so that the player can get up and use their knockdown shields as well. So I think this is pretty cool. Then coming to a tactical, the drop drone, it has received a healing boost of 60%. We still have an upgrade to the package that based on your team's gear, you are guaranteed to get an upgraded level of gear whenever you call the package. Also, the time has been dropped to 5 minutes than 6 minutes. So if you have purple shields, you are pretty much guaranteed to get gold shields or gold gear at least. Next up, Octane has received a significant nerf. Now, using his stim will cost you a lot more health. It's gone up from costing you 12 HP of health to 20 HP of health. Players have to be a lot more aware of using their stim. Let's talk about Loba's bracelet. Loba's bracelet has received a lot of changes. The devs have said that they have fixed a lot of bugs that prevented her bracelet from working. Also, now you can run and slide while you throw the bracelet, so you don't have to be just walking around being more like a sitting duck. Once the teleportation is complete, you won't be a sitting duck or your movement won't be slow. Her ultimate was probably too strong, so they decided to nerf it a little bit and increase the cooldown time from 90 to 120 seconds. Now coming to our season 7 legendary legend, Horizon, who's got a massive, massive nerf. She's not going to be the same ever again, at least in season 9. Her tactical speed of going up in the gravity lift has been reduced by 30%. I found a video of both being compared. I'll try to link it in the description so you guys can check out. But pretty much, it's extremely slow and much, much easier to track. Her strafe speed has been significantly reduced, and again, very easy to track. I really feel the strafe speed reduction is a very good idea, but a 30% reduction of going up in the lift is not that much of a good idea. Again, she can stay only on top of the lift for 2 seconds and then Horizon will be pushed off. We have to wait to play Horizon and see how these nerfs actually act out. Do they make Horizon bad or she's still in a very good spot? Other legends also got an update, but I'm only gonna tackle two more because they got some updates that really caught my attention. So Bangalore Smoke got taken. So Bloodhound got an interesting nerf. So earlier in ranked matches, you could use the Bloodhound scan, and if you scan and someone killed the player you scanned, you would get an assist point. Now you do not get assists from that, and so you do not get rank points anymore. All right, let's move on to the weapon changes. I would like to talk about the marksman weapons category that has come into this game. So this weapon category will consist of 4 weapons: the G7 Scout, 30-30 repeater, bow check bow, and the triple take. Yes, the triple take has been demoted from its sniper status and is now a marksman rifle. This has come in now because now they have enough weapons to put in the marksman rifle category. And the major change that is coming in this category of weapons is the G7 Scout and the repeater had the same strafe and movement speed of a sniper rifle, which was not the most optimum for the kind of damage they did and for the kind of weapons they were. So now marksman rifles or marksman weapons will have a strafe and movement speed lesser than that of ARs, but higher than that of sniper rifles. Okay, we all know by now that the triple take has gone into the care package. We'll talk about it. And PK has come to the ground. PK has come with a few changes. The choke is by default fit into the PK, which can be disabled. And damage to the body shot is 99. Damage per bullet is 9. Now with the choke, and as soon as you get out of ADS, the choke will lose its charge very quickly now, so you cannot keep holding it for a long time. Now let's move on to the triple take. The triple take has received buffs in all aspects because of its demotion from the sniper category. Its sight has been changed to 2 to 4 times and it is now in the care package. The Havoc is supposed to be a pretty strong weapon, and so they decided to increase the spread in the initial few shots so that it becomes a little more difficult to control in the initial few shots. For the Spitfire, they kind of did the same thing. Everyone agrees that the Spitfire is a little too strong, so they made it difficult to control in the start. I'm assuming mainly by increasing the recoil or making it a little more random. Another massive, massive change right now that has come. One of my favorite weapon changes is the Mozambique has now moved up to 6 shots from its previous 4 shots. Now, with the 2 new hop ups introduced, they have vaulted the hammer point and the skull piercer for now. Because the skull piercer have been vaulted, the longbow and the wingman have received a slight headshot multiplier. Instead of a 2 multiplier, they have a 2.15 multiplier. Now, these are pretty much all the weapon changes, the legend changes, map changes that are going to come in this season. I'm going to have a detailed organized guide out soon. There are 2 more quality of life changes that really excite me and I want to cover them. The first one is that you can request for better gear. If you have a white armor and go into your inventory and ping the white armor, it would just tell your teammates that you want armor better than white so they can help you find it. Also, the second quality of life change that excites me now at the start of a game when in a dropship earlier, as soon as the dropship would enter the play area, you could just press your E and jump off. And now that won't be possible. The edge of map drop has been removed. The dropship will come much more into the map before you will be able to jump off it. Alright, so guys, that's all the season 9 changes that are coming. I'm really excited about this. I haven't been this excited about any season since season 2. There's so many new things coming in, so many changes coming in. It's really exciting. I'm pretty sure all of us are going to absolutely love season 9 Legacy. If you guys have any more things you would like me to know or the community to know, do put it down in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. And if you all want more such kinds of videos, do let me know down in the comment sections. And I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome.